A very warm and hearty welcome to all present here. I hope you all are enjoying your hack experience. Okay, so let's begin. All the participants, I hope you're really enjoying your hack and like you have given all your heart and soul into it. For the final pitches round, I wish you all the best for the final pitches. A very warm and hearty welcome to all present here. I welcome you all to Technica 21. After a great deal of debate and deliberation, the panel narrowed down the teams to top 15. Without any further ado, let's introduce the top 15 teams. Team J, Team Sacred Games, Team Rain, Team Inversion, Team Gromor, Team Binary #404, Team Lithium, Team Harpocrates, Team MB127, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Team Calomine, Team Heartbeat, Team Rash, Team Cold Storage, Team Delta Ducks, and Team Futurist. Congratulations to all the top 15 teams for making it to the final round. Before we dive straight into the pitches, let us go about some of the ground rules. The teams will be judged on the basis of business model, innovation, future scope, tech stack, and the UI design. The team members will be invited to the stage one by one. Once you are all on the stage, you can share your screen and begin with your pitch. You will have 4 minutes to pitch, so make it count. I repeat, you will have 4 minutes to make your pitch. The esteemed judges who will be joining us today are Ms. Saraswathily Ramamoorthy. She is the co-founder and chief marketing officer at Learning Matters Private Limited, a proficient writer and editor. She has worked on print curriculum development and production at KinderCare in the USA for 5 years. Next, we have Mr. Pratyush Agarwal. He has more than 2.5 years of experience in technical industry while working with the Isha and Company, PaySafe, AOPOP, and plus freelancing with many overseas clients. He is currently the founder of Code Asylum. We also have with us Mr. Vaibhav Gupta. He is a multidisciplinary designer, illustrator, and a tech enthusiast. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome, judges. We are delighted to have you on board with us. Good evening, all. The panel will also consist of our very own ISTE board members, Lakshit Kothari, who is the technical head of ISTE VIT, Vaibhav Chopra, the project lead of ISTE VIT, without whom this event would not have been possible. Hello, everyone. I welcome you all to the stage.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Without any further ado, let's begin with the first team. I call upon Team J to join the stage.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Can you please introduce yourself once? Your team name and your name.
Yeah. So my name is Jofin. I'm from Team J, and one of our main project is medical suitcase.
Okay, yeah. You can go ahead with your screen, right? You can share your screen and you can start your pitch.
Yeah. One second. So, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's shared. You can go on.
Yeah. First of all, hello, judges, respected judges and mentors. So, I'm Manish from Team J, and I'm here to present my project, the medical service. So, in today's world, healthcare has been and will always be one of the most important sectors that everyone should focus on. So, we have made a project called the Medical Suitcase, which focuses on improving improving and developing the healthcare units so that the demand supply chain in the society is met. So for that, we have the medical suitcase. So, let me give you a gist about the project. So this project, uh, one important point about this project is that it is a government-aided project. That means the government puts forward a platform wherein the doctors, the patients, the government, and health organizations come into a place to meet at a point. So that is where this project comes into place. So about the project. So this is a platform where all the medical records of the patients are stored. So how do we do that? So in this platform, all the doctors are to be registered by the government, and they do it by submitting their certificate, so that this is to ensure that only the qualified doctors will be able to prescribe medical records for the patients, and all the citizens of the country too will be given credentials for accessing their medical records through their patient account. So this platform ensures that the medical records will be easily accessible to them all the time, and also that we are creating a standard prescription or a medical record template so that it will be uniform throughout the country. So in our project, we have considered the medical record to be something that we see in our daily life, a simple medicine prescription. So the top features of the project are uh, data analytics, OTP generation, keyword extraction. So I'll tell how this works. So consider a doctor goes to his hospital and he uses his credentials to get into a to log into his doctor account. Then a patient comes in. The patient tells his patient ID, and once the patient ID is entered,
Sorry for cutting
OTP is,
you guys. You have
yeah,
only 4 minutes, so I suggest if you have a demo, you like move over to the demo
yeah,
because the time is running out. Yeah. Thank you.
okay, yeah. So 1 minute. This is the home page. So when we move to the doctor's login, the doctor's ID is 2 in our case. So the password that he has to enter. And in our case, the doctor's name is Alexandra Botis. He logs into his account, and then he can move on to the next page where the patient's ID is entered. So once the patient's ID is entered, an OTP will be sent to the patient to his registered mobile number. And once the OTP is
Um, yeah, the OTP is 3548. It has come in my phone.
3548. Okay,
Yeah.
3548. Yeah. So now the patient's name is Daniel Debo. So his patient ID, which is 3 that we have entered earlier, is all his personal details are shown. And we have two sections here. One is the report section and one is the medicine sections. In report, we just type mild fever, uh, vomiting. So this report section, when submitted, will be analyzed by an algorithm wherein the keywords will be extracted, and if any chronic ailments or medical conditions are detected, then it will be displayed in the patient's medical condition history, so that the doctor will have an idea about what kind of patient is he dealing with. So once next the patient is prescribed with some medicines. uh,
Excuse me. Yeah. 4 minutes are up for the pitching time.
yeah, one more minute.
I'm sorry. Like we can move on to the question answer section. Yeah, there you can answer the questions and there you can like.
Yeah. Hope you got the idea of our project. Um, and do you like our project to an extent?
Yeah. Judges, any questions? Yeah. The stage is all yours.
Yeah, Team Jay, hi, this is Saraswati from Learning Matters. I know we've just
Hello.
4 minutes
Yeah.
for questions, so I'll make my questions really, really quick and crisp. So, congratulations on making it this far and good work. So, I have a couple of questions. First is with regards to this platform. So, is it mainly for use by the doctors or is it for use by both doctors and the patients? That
Both
wasn't very
doctors and the
clear to
patient.
me. It's
Yeah,
both
this is
doctors
the
and the patients?
yeah, this is the patient's account. So in the patient's account, he will be able to see all the medical records that was prescribed to him earlier. So you can see for an example. For example, so I am searching between these dates. So between these dates, all the prescriptions will be between the dates to the year 2000 and year 2021 or any date, all the prescriptions that was prescribed in these dates between these dates will be shown, and he'll be able to access anything knowing the doctor's name and the date, so he can move on to the report, the prescription.
Okay.
This is the standard prescription. You
Okay.
can also
think
So
print
this,
this.
I think Anish, your screen is not shared, so they won't be able to see your.
yeah,
Oh,
that's okay. That's okay. I think I got the idea. So we'll
Yeah.
just move on. So
Okay.
one more
Yes.
question is, so in terms of your business model, right?
Yes.
Who is it that you're intending to? Who is the end customer? Who's going to buy? Who's going to pay for this platform? Because you have two entirely different groups of consumers, right? You have both the patients and you have the medical fraternity. So who are you going to sell this to?
So yeah, so basically, first of all, our project is mainly support. We assume that it will be supported by government itself, where they will handle and they will assist our works, and they can use our model, our business model, our prototype to the fullest extent, and they can, as you said, both diverse people can be easily, handled in one platform. That's the main idea we have built. Both the separate sectors can be are joined together in a different way, but it will be assisted by the government itself. That's what we have assumed in our prototype.
Okay, so you're selling your platform to the government, and they in turn. So that means the reach of this platform will only be limited to those hospitals which are affiliated to the government, like in the government network.
No, it
Is
not.
it
It
fair
may
to say
not be
that?
like that. No, it's not
Okay.
like that. Also, it can be. You know, if the government passes a law that they can use our platform as a major important platform, they can also use that. So that's the reach.
so
You can do that.
basically, all the doctors should enroll in this platform, like something like what happens in Aadhaar card, and they'll be getting some credentials. So using this credentials, the doctors will be given an account through which they will be able to prescribe prescriptions to the patients. So we are ruling out the possibility of fake doctors.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. I will. Thank you. I will let the others ask questions.
I have a
Hey,
question.
yeah,
Okay, sorry.
yeah, Vaibhav,
You
yeah,
can
go
go
on.
on. Okay,
Okay.
thank you. So my question is like in normal day-to-day interaction with doctors, you have some sort of verbal communication associated. That doctor might explain you something about your thing, and it is very much paper-based industry as of now. So how do you think it proceeds? Like as a doctor, do I have to explain you something on paper and then type it out on your platform what it is? And second, what about the history? Like, let's say if I started using this platform today, what about my medical records so far? So, will someone need to type that out, or is scanning possible? How do you like proceed to tackle that issue about the history of a patient?
Yeah. So all the medical records of a patient will be stored in the database, and this database is also this database. Using this database, the patient, when he logs into his account and gives between these dates, I want all the prescriptions that were prescribed to me in these dates. So then we will be giving him all the prescriptions. Since it is it is stored in the database, it will be shown to him, and he'll be able to access them. And also to include unforgeability feature, we have used the concept of digital signature, wherein when a prescription is created, the doctor digitally signs the prescription, and the prescription is hashed and then stored in the database. So no one will be able to meddle with the data.
No, I get your point. Like privacy is not a concern here for me at the moment. My concern is
Okay.
how is that data stored? Let's say I have a pile of documents with me, which collectively becomes my medical records. So do I need to type everything? Because how is your database handling my past records or whatever paper-based records we have in industry?
Are you able to see my screen? Is my screen
No.
being
So
shared?
your question was clearly that's a really good question. For now, the idea is that we, as soon as patients log in, and that's when the patient's records are going to be stored in our prototype, right? So the idea behind scaling this, as you said, taking the previous records also to a software based will be implemented, but then there are certain procedures where we can do it faster, just like how they massively brought in Aadhaar card system and etc. And yeah, that's something we need to check upon. But I clearly understand your question, sir.
Okay.
So we'll be trying to do that.
Uh, okay, so I'll take it fast for you. It's like great effort in this 48 hours in terms of the UI that you have created. So what's your tech stack right now, like that you have used for now? The front
Yeah,
end and the back end?
are we allowed to share the screen? We may show it and we just brief it
No, no,
out
it's like
also.
you can just say
Yeah.
it
Okay,
like
fine.
what the tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Yeah, yeah.
So
So
the front.
basically, for front end we use React,
Okay,
and for the back end we used Express, and for
okay,
certain important top features we really needed Python because of its
right.
easy. It's an easy
Libraries.
language. Yeah,
Hmm.
Python, and we deployed APIs on Heroku, so that
Okay,
we can implement it within the Express app and
okay,
produce the outputs respectively. So
okay.
OTP system and all those stuffs were also built within Python,
External
but
APIs.
deployed in
Okay,
yeah.
okay. And what about that ML based? Like you gave some recommendations. So what you use for that?
Yeah, we use basic NLP parts of speech extraction. So the idea
Okay,
is that when you have a huge report, and
right,
you need to be really quick enough to extract the major words over there. Let's say heart attack or all those stuffs. We were
right,
trying to implement on that, and we will be extracting those important words and we'll be posting to the doctor, so that the doctor will get a clear idea rather than reading the whole report, saying that those extreme reports within the diagnosis, right? Hope you
okay,
understand.
okay. So two fast like recommendations for you. It's like one is like you can focus right now on one particular segment. For example, right now COVID is a big problem. So maybe like
Yes.
instead of a lot of diseases altogether, you can
Mhm.
focus on one of the feature, and so that your data will also be much trained faster, and you can actually showcase that particular like what Weber were also saying, that there's a lot of record history that you have to keep it handy with you. So all those things you have to take it consider, and like instead of government directly, you can directly sell your product to hospitals. Like that would be a very good
Agree.
customer in terms of paying. So be you can be very specific to what you are doing, because but like I would say, like in this 48 hours, it's a great effort, and all the very best, and like that's great. Like that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
commendable
you to
effort.
all the judges. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you to all the judges, and we learned a lot in this hack, and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all the
Thank you all
judges.
judges and mentors.
Thank you all the judges for the questions. Now, thank you, Team J, for the pitch. I wish you all the best for the results. Now, I call upon Team B, and the name of the Team B is Team Sacred Name. We should add them to the judge stage soon. So, ma'am, how did you like the project so far? the last project we witnessed?
Sorry, Riddhi, I think I lost you there for a few seconds. Were you asking me?
Yes, ma'am. The
Yes.
project. How do you like it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was it's really good. I mean, it's admirable as the as Pratyush and Vaibhav was saying how much they've accomplished in 36 to 48 hours. I only feel like I think the participants need a lot more time to present to us what they've done, because in 4 minutes, they're unable to share their screen and walk us through the demo. Clearly, they've done a lot more than we were able to see, and so
Yes, ma'am.
I do feel very bad about that. That we're trying to judge them, but we've actually not seen hardly anything at all. Like haven't given them an opportunity to talk about the tech stack business model. One more suggestion is maybe what you can do is give them a little more time and ask the participants to present very specifically on the 4 points on which we are judging. So then it
Ma'am,
becomes easier for us to correlate.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
we brief them
So
before. We
so in
brief
order
them
to
before.
assist in that, uh, I'll help you guys with that. So in order to assist you guys in that, the next team is already here. So I would suggest them to, if you have a big PPT, I suggest that the demo for us is much more valuable and your ideas are much more valuable to us. So if you feel that your PPT will take more than 45 seconds, I suggest you stick to the demo and show us that, because that is much more valuable to us, because the judges can evaluate you much better that way. And let's not waste any further time. The next team is here. They are sacred names. Vidhi, please take it on. I'll
Yeah,
add them to the stage now.
yeah.
Hello everyone.
Welcome, Team 63. Can you introduce yourself,
Hello.
please? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Pratyush Jain. I'm a fresher at VIT Vellore.
Hello, I am Johri and I am from IIT Babilai CSC. Hello, I am Mohit Chaurasia from VIT Vellore.
You can
Okay,
share
so
your
we'll
screen.
start.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you share your screen and start with your pitch. You have 4 minutes, so please see to the time because we need the demo first. So if you could,
Okay.
there's a time
So
trap. All right.
we observed that people face a hard time keeping a track of their investments and liabilities. So we are providing a web app with real-time updates that makes the process simpler and more organized. MyWell receives real-time updates using API and stores data in a secure manner.
Yeah, so now I'll continue with the PPT just for like 10 more seconds. So this is a kind of UI and you can read out the features from here. We provide real-time updates of stocks and securities and MF and LA and LB, that is loans given and loan taken as well. Like you can see in this page, there is a real-time stock watch time or portfolio. So I'll just continue with the presentation. So here's our website. So basically, this is not just a website, but a PWA. It's a PWA, and you can see that here is an install feature coming up. So this can be installed in a mobile phone, and it can be installed like a app, and you can use it. So now I'll just sign up into a new fresh account. I'll just enter any account, and I'll just enter a password. Now it asks for the name, so I'll just give name. And if I now log into the account, just a second, I think I just miss. Yeah. Yeah, so finally. So this is the loading screen we have added to just wait for the user for the data to first fetch and then we can show the application. So here you can see that here is stocks and security, MF and LALB and property, and here are some calculators. So first I will just go to the main feature of our app, that is shares. So you can see that now, right now there is no shares added, right? So the list will just be empty. Then if I go to add share, and here's the special feature, like if I add Tata. So it will give me the real shares of BSE and NSE in India that are active. So if I click on Tata Steel, so it will fetch the current now current price, and if I enter, like if I bought it at 700, if I bought like 100 shares, it will just calculate the profit here, and it will just direct me to the list. And here the list will automatically fetch the current value. If like I buy it at some price and I just open my list at some price, some point, it will update here. Now I'll continue to a similar but a very consistent useful feature. Like right now, MF are very popular in India. Like we have now, as you can see, the net worth has been updated. Now I will go to MF, and in the MF, similarly, I will add an MF. So if I add, for example, Nippon, so this is a MF that is actually active right now, as I have asked for an active MF. So there are a lot of days in a calendar that MF price do not change, but still we have found the closest date by using filtering techniques, and we have invested a lot of time and
Right.
efforts in that
Just
to
a
get
heads
the
up.
right.
Just a heads up. Last 30 seconds. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So as you can see, all the data of the MF has been presented here. Now I'll just go to other features quickly. Like as you can see, there is LALB jewelry. So if I go to jewelry right now, the API limit has been reached, so I cannot show you that for pardon for that. And if I go to property, so property, we are applying a appreciation formula. So it's kind of simple. If I just add a property, and if I just tell it in which year I have added it, so it will just fetch the year, and it will get entered, and the appreciated value and stuff will come. Yeah, you can see. And now I'll just show you calculators, because they also required a lot of efforts in that, like to do the calculations and stuff. So this is the FD calculator. So we are offering both FD and recurring, and you can use it. And
Uh, Sorry, guys, your time is up. The 4 minutes are up. Yeah. Moving on to the
Just
judges. Yeah, you can stop sharing your screen. Ma'am, any questions? Saraswati ma'am?
I will let the other judges take the lead this time with the questions while I formulate mine. Yeah.
Yeah. Pratyush, sir,
uh,
any questions? Yeah.
Sure. So great effort, team. Like I would say, it's a very good UI that you have created, and especially if you have done PWA in this 48 hours, it's really good. So my question is, like, what do you think? Like, there are multiple like exactly same doing platforms that exist in the market right now. So what do you see as a USP in your platform?
so I would like to answer that. We have thought about that, and the major MSP we thought is comparing liquid and non-liquid liquid stuff like property and vehicles and stuff like that are not included in any app right now. And we are also offering the perfect way to analyze data. Like if you go to an app like Grow and stuff, you can only see
Right.
stocks that you bought from their platform. And even if you find some platform that let you add their stocks, they just work for stocks or maybe MF. But we are covering all types of assets and liabilities. We are covering loans given, loans taken, so that a person can know every month or maybe every second he can know that how much he owes to someone, maybe how much what is his asset or current value. So this was the basic idea for the app.
Okay. So it's like you as like integrating, like for example, like maybe you can integrate with those APIs directly, which you are even trying. Like I saw that you took it from different APIs directly and then showing it to up. But still, like I would say, like this is something like some of the application even provide some of the strategies that what you can buy, when you can buy all those things. Uh, Still, like I'm not very convinced with your USP, but yes, like in terms of hackathon, I would say it's really good. And what's your business model in this? Like how you'll be making money out of it?
So basically, we are looking forward to make money from monetization, and we'll offer a lot of security, and we can charge for that. Because
Okay.
since this is a very sensitive data.
Right. So it's like subscription based model kind of thing versus commission based, like what, like any those lines you
It
have
will be
thought
a
of?
it will be a subscription based. Like we can lock some of the features for some users who do not pay, and when enable all the features who pays.
Okay. So direct question, directly tell me, like frankly, if possible, it's like this is just a hackathon project that you are considering, or you want to take it forward for the next, like like moving ahead with making this application to a next level. Shashwat,
Shashwat, you're not audible.
yeah, audible.
So I was actually saying we have big plans to go forward with it because we want to actually make it a very good analyzing model. So you
Okay.
can actually know how good your portfolio is, how diverse it is, what's your risk management. So this is actually a first step. We are storing all the data and we are giving them the net worth. So actually, I think every adult can and will be benefiting from this. It is such a what's the word? Uh, like it's easy to use and there's no more need for papers and files and all that. It's all in one place securely.
Okay. Okay. So some quick suggestions, like maybe if you'll go in futuristic perspective, you can try out something in algo trading kind of thing. You can think of in blockchain perspective, because it's also like right now very important to make it more secure based kind of things. And obviously in terms of making it a USP, like you can go a little bit of gamification of it. It's like right now the platform that is there, it's like very straightforward. And like for example, I don't know like what audience you'll be picking it up, because like the people who are directly trading it directly from Wazir or some great platforms, it's very difficult to take it from there. But at least you can target some of the college students, or like just pass outs. It's like 1 year, 2 year, 3 year down the line, and they want to use some new platform or have some gamification into those features, some algo trading based things. But yeah, like these are some of the suggestions which you can take it up. And I would say like it's a good platform which you have made in this 48 hours. If you continue it for 1 month, 2 months, like you can come up to a very good MVP which could be converted into a market based product. So all the very best for that.
So you said about the audience thing. Mohit actually has a story which inspired us to make this product of his father.
Oh,
So he
okay.
can tell you about
So
that.
basically, it was just like he was trying to analyze what all he owns right now, but he find it very difficult. And we find that our parents and maybe particularly old age try be very particular about papers. They find they find value in the paper. So if we so this app, you add data only once, right? After that, it updates
Uh,
automatically.
yeah, I would like to weigh in here and say that even on Excel sheets, you will be forced to update it every month or every time you have to like add a new record. So this basically provides a automatic update thing.
Right, but still there is a challenge again for them to like to get adapted to it. It's a very big challenge. Like you'll get to know of this thing also. Like so there are things, like things could be changed. Obviously the people are changing everything. So let's see how it goes. Like that's how, like when you'll be directly getting with your customers, and then you'll be having some problems there, you have to sort those things out. So I would say again, all the best for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Even
Thank
in
you.
that, like, if I might add something, like the biggest thing that I liked about this was that these guys tried for PWA. I am a big fan of PWAs myself,
Right,
and I
exactly.
think while I was
Exactly.
taking your when I was taking their interview, they also said that they were trying for a TWA, which is a trusted web activity,
Okay.
which is like
Okay.
making a proper APK out of
Right.
progressive web
Exactly.
app.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, so
That's really
I
great. So it's good.
so
Like in
good
tech
effort.
wise, like I'm saying that it's like very good effort, I would say so far. So
Yeah,
that's
good job.
really great. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Vaibhav, sir, if you'd like to add something.
Yes, actually, I have a very fundamental question on the directional level of this app. What do you think like this app is for? Is it for a place where I can buy equity and stocks, or is it just a logbook for myself, which I maintain for myself? Like, what it
I
the
think
direction?
what our core idea is from what we started is the latter one. It's actually a record book kind of thing, and you analyze all of it. And the special thing about it, all of it is in one place. So your stocks, your MF, your FDs, your EMIs, your property, your gold, So all of it in one place, and you can analyze it better, I think, compared to just papers flying around.
So, okay, given that, like, what is, yeah, again, the direction in which you want to take it to? Do you want to keep it that way? Like, I can see the rate of a stock, but I cannot buy it directly, or do you want to incorporate everything in this one? Like, uh, I
Uh,
this to me is more like a notepad, which has some calculator functions. So, is there something else to that, like from very
yes, yes, yes. What I want to say here is, like in future, we can also partner with a company that actually invest, and it won't be very difficult to do that, and we can buy stocks from here. Also, it's like when you get updated data, like also when a person is very experienced in investing, he doesn't invest in one place, and also not from one app or maybe one platform. So for that kind of a person, to adjust the like to know where all he have invested, this app serves a good purpose there.
Okay, so this is more of a digital record book. Okay,
Yes.
got it. All right, so a quick suggestion here, like what you could have done here is maybe shown us a bit depth of how a calculation, like where all actually my money is getting to. Because if I'm buying a stock, there's some sort of profit which is associated. Then there is dealer's margin, then there is commission, which platform takes. So if you could have compared multiple platform, their charges, because SBI process fees in a different way than Zerodha, let's say. So yes, that could have been your USP. It could have made my decision making easier. So yes, you could have thought of it that way. Maybe you can turn it into that now if you want to take it forward. But yes, it's a good effort for 48 hours.
I think that's a nice idea, and we will definitely build upon it. I think it's just a start.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
I guess
Thank
not.
you, judges. Yeah, thank you, judges, for all the questions. And Team Sacred Names, the pitch was really good, and I wish you all the luck for the pitch, for the results.
So
And
much.
let's call upon the next team. The next team is Team Rain. The participants will join us on stage.
I think they are yet to join. I don't see them on the stream yard.
Yeah.
So I guess they will be joining us very soon.
How was the project? The last project? Any use?
Like I said, I'm always a fan of cool PWAs and great improvements in web, especially. So that was quite nice for me. But I like that how much they as freshers were able to accomplish. So that's always a plus. But yeah, overall I liked what the kids did. So yeah, I think the team is here. We have Michelle Madhani. I'll add them to the stage.
Yeah, hi guys.
So Michelle, do you have any other teammates?
Yeah, they are on. They might be coming. Yeah, they will be joining.
Riddhi, you can take over.
Yeah. You can introduce yourself, your team name.
Yeah, our team name is team name is Rain, and we have developed a project which goes by the name Infographs. So basically, it's a one-stop all for different kinds of businesses from different backgrounds, and we are trying to provide the most varied types of business solutions. So basically, we are coming from the fintech team. I don't know where. I don't know why my teammates haven't joined yet. One second. They were on the Discord.
Yeah,
Theory is. Yeah. Theory.
Hello everyone, you can introduce yourself.
Guys, I would appreciate it if you all turn on your cameras, if you can. So thanks.
Is it fine?
Hello everyone. Yeah. You can share your screen. Please note you have 4 minutes for the pitch, and we'll appreciate it if you like show the demo first because they are just 4 minutes. All the best for the pitch.
Is my screen visible?
No, you haven't shared it yet.
Is it now?
Yeah, it's visible. You have shared it.
Yeah.
our team is Team Rain, and we are Team Infographics. Basically, to keep it very short, it's a one platform where it provides, where it will be looking at like a platform with common objective of profit mechanism. And we came up with a 6-plan scenario. One is stock prediction, second is customer analysis, and third is GST invoice, and the fourth is data analysis, and fifth is feed optimization. Without much further delay, we'll jump onto our website. First, I told customer analysis. What customer analysis is? Generally, every company wants to know what offer is working on their customers. They'll be having n number of offers, but they want to know which kind of target audience are very much interested in that offer. So for that, we made a machine learning model, custom and this is this one, and in which the company just need to enter the details of the customer, and he will be predicting whether the customer will go up with a membership or not. And in the end, that will be added to our data, and through which we can easily know whether the customer will be taking the membership or not. Here, if we observe, and here this is a graph between the count and the income. Here now company can easily know a person whose income range is between 60 and 80K, and who is of gender male, has a most probability of taking in the offer. So he can invest, and he can target this audience to a greater extent, and he can work on these female why they are not getting attracted to that offer. And this is our first feature. And the second one is feed optimization. You might be come across like Amazon comments. Suppose what they'll be generally is, suppose my screen is broken and I have a broken screen. All these refer to the same thing, but this make both these refer to the same thing, but in the Amazon database it will be like all different comments. So what we did is, I'll show you with a demo. I'm taking a comment, I'm entering my name and the comment over here, submit. What we do is we generate keywords from that. What these keywords does is, this will improve the search engine optimization of that company, and it will generate a word cloud which briefly explains what the customer wants and what is the view of the customer. And this is like a bit unique from what all other like tag generation and all. And our third feature is GST calculator. You might be thinking like every company needs to maintain their taxes, but it is a very difficult task. So once what we did is, we make a GST calculator to keep the track of their taxes. Just if you have suppose rent, and I'm paying something about 10,000 bucks and in a debit mode, and to which sector I'm paying, suppose let it be mining, and we get the GST over here, and we'll be generating an invoice of this that I'll be showing in the end. And finally, we have a stock market prediction. You might be thinking like there are many stock predictors, and which will be are there, then why do we need to go with us? We are not just predicting what will be the future stock price. We are also telling to what extent the stock can go, and what is the risk factor. I mean, suppose a customer can invest, how much he can invest, and how much till what amount he can invest. And for this, we are using the Yahoo Finance. With that, we'll be getting the data, and after that we applied multi-layer perceptron to get like the next 5 days data. And for the invoice one, let me show you. I'm giving some random values. Oh yeah, what this does is, this generates an invoice in this way. So once if you connect your GST with your company in this with this app, what it will be adding upon it, and this will finally generate an invoice, and which can be mailed to it. And this is our project, and we are Team Green, and this is Infographs.
Thank you, Team Dream. Thank you for keeping my time. Yeah. So let us call upon the judges.
Sorry if I'm so fast.
No, that was really good. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to go first. This is Saraswati. Team Rain, congratulations for making it this far. Clearly, a lot of thought has gone into your products. So, just as as a company that regularly speaks to a lot of different vendors on a lot of different solutions that they have for companies, what struck me right at the beginning is you said you have five main offerings, right, for companies.
Yes, yeah.
So what I'm not able to see is I'm not able to see the a common thread running through them. So you have one for GST, but then you have one for stock prediction.
It is like
And you have,
one place with five. Suppose there might be five problems, and we are providing a single solution where a company get, and it is even beneficial for the small traders, large scale industries, and for everyone. It is like five problems and one solution. That is our motto, and
okay.
our main theme was on like it's basically to like we are money making platform, like money making strategy implementation.
Okay, so you're so what is the problem you're solving here? That helping companies make more money, or solving the problems they have in running their business?
It's both. Like we are improving the money by because they'll be knowing to what a target audience they need to approach, and they
Okay.
are making, and that will be directly proportional to money. If they know whom are they proceeding with, and of course they'll be taking the offer, and that might increase their profit. This is for the customer analysis part. And second, when it comes to the what do you say, the feedback, like generating tag words, what that does is from that you're having two benefits. One will be your search will be optimized, and you'll be knowing on what factor you need to work on, because that's just not a complete string. It basically picks the word. It basically picks the main word on which you need to work on. Suppose my screen is broken, it will just like screen broken, and it will generate screen, and
Mhm.
it will also generate a word cloud through which you will be knowing. From which you will basically know what a customer is feeling and what is his thought on this.
I'll add to what Saraswati was referring to. What your
Yeah.
platform is essentially doing, it has five different services which are meant for
Yeah.
five different group of people. So let's say if you're working for a real company, there is an investment department who might get benefit from your stock exchange, stock graph and predictions, all of those things. Then there is
Yeah.
operation department, which might benefit from your customer services and invoicing. Then there
Yeah.
is uh, marketing department, which might benefit from you. So it's like five different departments are using five different part of your product differently. It's not five solution in one
See,
go. It is
our
actually.
theme, can I answer? Our theme
Sure,
was
sure.
fintech, and we
Yep.
want. Suppose if I'm a business model, if I'm thinking from a point of a startup, I'll think like I need to cover in every aspect of the customer. Suppose if a customer comes who wants to know like which company, which kind of a customer I'll attract, I cannot say no, I don't have that feature. So what we tried is we thought to give our best. What are the features we can provide? So that was the only reason, as we came under the
I
fintech thing.
I
No,
think
I
I
understand
got
your.
like what Vaibhav sir is saying. Like what all of us are trying to home at is, I get it that you want to do a lot for the whole. You're going to give kind of a whole suite for all all the people and all the startups, but it
Yeah,
all has to go together in a cohesive manner, right? Like everything
yeah,
should make sense and should be interconnected. Let's say my stock gains
uh,
are also being accounted for in my GST. I'm not exactly sure how that the finances work in that manner, but it has to be like very cohesive and they should be interconnected, right? You get my point?
basically there is a small interconnection between them. Suppose as I said in the starting, it is for both small scale, medium scale, and large scale. And in this, for the large scale, let it be the stock prediction. And how this is, I don't say it is exactly linked.
But I
They
would,
can invest.
yeah, Rahul, I would like to add, since as we said that it will be for the startups or companies who are basically doing legal businesses, who are filing their incomes, who are filing all their entries. So when a company does that, and when a company does not want to invest more and more into a particular business domain, suppose if I am in the software business and I've made certain investments and my business is surviving, and it's going in a, and the graph is going upwards in a particular manner, but then if I want to invest the funds in certain different areas, then comes the equity part. So what we are trying to provide is, we are trying to provide a stock solution also, where you can monitor your stocks on daily basis with how much risk factor you are taking by investing a particular stock. That was the main motto by adding the stock investment. Since post COVID the scenario has changed, many have been looking at the stock market, and many have thought that it is the best way to uh, it is the best way to block your white money, in informal terms I'll say your white money. So because the returns in equity are much higher than the property and other areas which have gone down because of COVID. So that was the main reason behind adding the stock predictor.
Okay, so I understand your point here, but yes, in industry, this is a very common scenario. But instead of clubbing everything in a single piece of software, what they do is they bundle everything together. So you see Google Cloud, it provides multiple services, but you don't actually have to buy all of that in one go. If you need something to tackle with your invoices, then you can, of course, subscribe to that. Yes, so I think your scope was too wide, but again, yes, this is a good effort in that direction.
So a quick questions from me. I think like okay. So what is the tech stack that you are using for this throughout the project? Like because you have used I think like multiple of like so you used one you make a one project kind of thing or like you different people like made different projects and then you have integrated like how you have collaborated, right?
See, it's all under a single project. That is this one. It is deployed under a single project. And this Plotly one is like for this Plotly we used this is the graphs were made using Plotly, and our stack was like a Flask for the backend part, and for the clustering like for clustering of all the comments we used K-means, and for the and for a collab for the stock prediction we used multi-layer perceptron, and we took the data from the Yahoo Finance and used a module called Fast AI so that which picks up the date.
Okay.
And
like how those tags and all?
That is through K-means clustering.
K-means clustering. Okay. And like front end?
HTML, CSS.
And you use JavaScript. Okay. So so is the whole platform like you made like a single person made it or like how you have
we divided into the parts. Yeah, the machine learning part was handled by me and Ishika, and the web development and deployment and integrating everything into the website was done by Ayush and Rahul. So we divided the tasks into us.
Okay. I think like platform wise, like what you have made in terms of hackathon for 48 hours, like it's pretty good. In terms of like business, like I think like a lot of discussion has been already made about the
I just want to keep one point. So what the future scope we had is we thought to integrate all these features into one and get a CSV and thought to work on it. But it is 36-hour sack and building with this one was a bit hectic actually. So what we thought
also had one more feature where we were generating the invoice, the GST calculator. We were also generating the invoice in a form of PDF with the header of your company along with the logo. But we missed out on the time, so we couldn't do that.
What we finally wanted to do is we wanted to integrate all this. Like suppose a person is having this offer and is will take the stock of that company itself and then integrate with the comments. But it is a whole big process, and for 36-hour sack we didn't have that much time.
Right. So whatever idea that you are pitching, it's like like you are very like it's fine like whatever you are doing it. My just a bit kind of suggestion where it's like the comments the tags that you were producing it. So for example, there are a lot of reviews that people get. Like every company gets throughout like at different medium source like you told about Amazon. So if you can like you can concisely give them that okay like now your rating is going good
actually we were making a extension for that such that if they add that extension it will be automatically generated.
So basically what we tried was this to add this extension to any e-commerce site. Suppose Amazon, suppose your product is on Amazon. Okay, you are a t-shirt selling company and you're selling it on your on Amazon. So what we tried to do is suppose a customer has used your product and they are sharing their views on the Amazon website where your product is displayed. So as we generate these tags, tags play a very big role when a customer is typing on the search bar about suppose Ishika is a customer and she is typing I want like t-shirts. So if the tags are not accurate enough, your product goes down the stack while a person is searching. So because of the whole motto behind tax generation was to optimize the search and like push the company, your company name up the step compared to the rival. So that was the reason behind tag generation.
But making an extension, you just need to add it to your side, and whenever the comments comes, that will automatically generate it.
Thank you. And thank you, Team Rain. Thank you,
Yeah.
judges, for all the questions. Yeah, for all the luck for the results.
Yeah, thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
The next team joining us is Team Gromor. The participants will be joining the stage soon. As we on a YouTube live, can all the viewers please comment how the hack experience was? Did you all like the hack? It was a 48-hour hack. We know you guys like poured in your sweat and your blood, like not literally the blood, but you all gave your best, and we are sure that one the people who came in learned a lot, and we are very excited and we are very happy to host you all. And all the projects that came in were really good, and it was very difficult for us to narrow it down to top 15. Yeah, Team Gromor is here. Can you please start by introducing yourself?
Yeah, hi, I'm Satish.
Hello.
We are Team Inversion.
And
Yeah.
I'm Arjun.
So I just want to tell you the ground rules. You have 4 minutes for the pitch, and like make it count. You can show your demo first because you only have 4 minutes to make your pitch count.
Yeah.
I just have one thing to ask. Is everyone here from the team Inversion, right? Just so that we are clear.
Yeah, right.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you.
You can share your screen.
Yeah, I'm just sharing it right now.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, it's visible, right?
No, it's not visible. You can share it again.
It isn't visible.
No, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, now?
No. There's a button like right next to it, like you have mute. Yeah, now it's shared.
Yeah, now it's come, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So hey guys, this is our app which is named as Envision Buddy. So basically what this app does is it tries to recognize what concept you are studying right now, and it tries to suggest you 3D models which can help you understand the concept better. So without any further ado, let me start by giving a live demonstration. So I've got with me a book on electricity and magnetism. Suppose I'm reading this paragraph on magnetic effects of electric current. So let me just scan this. And okay, I'm satisfied with this. And I just want the first two paragraphs. And I crop this. And as you can see, it's got the text has been recognized. You can even edit the text if you want, but I'll just go ahead. So now our ML model will return some of the keywords that it found from this paragraph, which is like galvanometer, cyclotron, and etc. etc. So we are getting all our resources from Google Poly for now. So we won't be having models for each and everything. But as far as I know, let's say I'll take magnetic. And as you can see, it's given me some of the models by the name of magnet. And let me take this one. So as you can see, I got a magnet of 3D and a 3D model of a magnet. So this is one of the simple application of this. Like if you want, you can use it to study botany and etc. etc. So you also can get a 3D view of the same if it identifies your surface properly. So this is pretty much the app. Like there's got search functions are there, and then it also stores your recently saved models also. Yeah, as you can see, it's stored our recently saved models also. And now let me just come to the the situation of AR/VR in the education market. So we can expect a 16% rise from 2018 to 2023. So AR/VR isn't used as much in education market as now. It's constrained to classes and etc. etc. But it's set to rise in the given time. So, and what we have found out that mobile, which is there, that's going to be the platform where we'll be seeing the highest number of rise. So that's why we are deploying our app on mobile, because that's easily accessible by all. So in future, as of now, the app runs on a cloud-based system. So we are trying to make it offline and gather more resources in the future. And also we are going to facilitate self-learning so that this app can be useful for those who cannot afford to go to the big coaching institutes, and also eliminating the active internet connection barrier. Finally, coming to the business model of this app, we are trying to adopt a freemium model which enables offline usability. So the user can download various model packs, or they can even download the individual models separately, or they can even download some of our premium models which have got more interactivity, or say maybe they got labels in the 3D model, etc. So we can charge them a premium of anywhere between 50 to 100 rupees a month, which can enable them to
Team
get access.
yeah, sorry to cut you. Last 30 seconds.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. We are focusing more on the smartphone place because that's easier to get than a laptop. So everyone will be having a smartphone, and you don't need to have a high-end smartphone in order to run this app. So that's our pitch. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Judges, any questions?
Yes. Team Inversion, congratulations for making it this far. Very cool. So one very, very fundamental question. So what is unique about your app, and what is going to differentiate it from, let's say, a student who can just go and Google any concept or go and look on YouTube for any concept? There are already, as we all know, millions and millions of videos and resources out there for free, right? So,
yeah, right.
So what's the value add of your particular app? How is it different?
Yeah. So while this app is a mixture of several different applications. So firstly, coming to the YouTube part, is that if you want to get a particular rotation in your model where you viewing a 3D model, so you need to keep on scrolling unless you get a particular rotation value. So that can be a bit frustrating, like if you don't get an exact rotation. But whereas if you're using this app, or if you're using 3D models like this, you can even easily rotate it using your fingers. And then coming to the fact that anyone can Google it, so the thing is that that might work for when you're searching for a single model. But suppose you're reading a concept, our app which is there, it gives you all the relevant models that can be applicable for that particular concept. So you don't need not search for each and everything. So like basically when I'm reading about this magnetic effect, it gives me galvanometer, cyclotron, it gives me all that. So okay, so I can read all this instead of typing separately cyclotron and galvanometer. I get all of them at a go, and I got all my models loaded. I'm giving a choice to a user which is faster than searching manually.
Okay, Arjun. Yeah. And so where are the 3D models coming from? Is the plan to create them?
No, actually, these models are coming from a site which is called as Google Poly, and we are also aiming to get the models from other sites like Sketchfab and etc. And one of our future plans is also that to create a community sort of thing where designers, if they want, they can put in the models that they create so that they can be accessed by people all around the world. So suppose we are not having a model for a particular topic, so we can get some the designers to push in the models to the app, and then that can be accessed by everyone. So suppose if one of my teammate Pulak is creating a design and then he wants to share it with others, so if he can share it over here, then it can be shared by it can be seen by everyone.
Okay.
But like I have a question here. What if Google Poly one day rolls out their own visualization tool on their own website or platform? You're practically dead, right off the start. And to be honest, the 3D artist, like I have explored the 3D modeling scene enough to know that the models that are there, the good models, the actually good ones, are really expensive, because obviously it takes a lot of effort to sculpt it, to bring it to a certain level. So I don't think that a 50 rupee fee or a 100 rupee fee per month, considering the user base that you'd have, would be, enough to be able to back something like that. And I think Google Poly already has visualization built in. I know for a fact that Sketchfab and the other alternates do, right?
Yeah, yeah. The
So,
basically thing is that if you search on Sketchfab, you'll be getting only Sketchfab things. If you search on Google Poly, you'll be getting only from Google Poly. But if you search from this app, you'll be getting it from all those resources together. So you need not
or
search
you
it on
could,
in.
or you could
Yeah,
Google magnet 3D models,
yeah. So
right?
that's what I'm saying.
So,
That searching a single model is easy, but when you're searching for all that you want from that, all the models that you can get from that, that's what this app can do. It can give you all those models which are related to that particular concept.
Okay,
fair
So
so
enough,
that's
fair
different.
enough.
I have two questions in this on a very basic level. First is this app limited to visualizing the 3D models? Like, let's say if I'm looking for a topic, maybe orange box in a plane. So will it just show me a box, the 3D version of that thing, or do I get to learn something about it? And second thing, who is like responsible to ensure that I get the correct model? There are hundred of models of magnets available, and I may get the wrong picture because
Yeah,
this app is intended for kids. So there should be some sort of monitoring.
yeah,
How do
exactly,
we
exactly.
ensure that?
Okay, so basically, as of now in this app, we don't have any sort of monitoring as of such. But what we are trying to add is that we are trying to get it from the number of views which are there on that site. Okay, so whichever are the most number of views, so that might be the most relevant model. So we have to think of we're thinking of a method by which we can get those views, and we can like program it in this way. So like as here you saw four magnets. So like so whichever magnet has got like the most number of views, so preferably we'll be trying to display that one to the user.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second question, like, is it limited to 3D visualization of that particular thing? Or can I get another information, like how does that work? What are its parts and all of that?
Yeah, so we very well have the infrastructure to add that part in it. But the thing is that as of now, Google Poly and Sketchfab, they just give the models. So we very well can extract this information from another source and add it here, because we can add a titles, we can add titles, and we got descriptions which we can add in this 3D view which you saw. So we can add it over there. So the thing is that if we can web scrape and can get in this information, so that is possible.
Okay, but you
So like
haven't incorporated
no,
so
we
far,
haven't
right?
incorporated. Yeah,
Got
right.
it. Okay. Okay, that's all for
Any
me.
Okay.
any more
So,
questions?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like I would say it's great efforts in going towards that particular direction right now in the technology, because it's coming. I think in edtech, in learning for especially for K-12, VR AR is something. It's like it's coming into the applications right now. So the only problem which I see, like I see these kind of application in multiple of hackathons, but like everybody is same very similar format. It's like I think like for example the API that you are fetching it's directly that you are showing it up. So you have to go, I think, more deep inside and make a a more product base, like so that you can make a product out of it. It's something like that you are showing that particular magnet or any object around it. Like for example, Weber and like Saraswathily, like they were saying that like how that would be helpful in terms of learning. It's like what magnet do, maybe there can be some interactive sessions based on that, like how it's moving, its motion, and those kind of learnings can be like very important to make it in terms of coming into the ed tech. Like just seeing in those things is maybe you can like make a kind of a game for students, that's fine, but coming into the edtech industry, like it has to be something very interactive, while having that motions coming into it. Like I understand like coming those motions will tell them that okay, like magnet is something like it looks like this, something like this could be helpful for them, like for very primary students. But yes, like more than that you can make a product out of it. So like try to carry forward these products. Like I haven't seen these small projects converting into the products. So if you are really interested and like like going forward, like stay connected, I would say. Like if you are looking forward, yes, like we have done maybe a 48 hours is hackathon is less for you guys, do it regularly for 1 month or 2 months, and you see you having a MVC, or like like a kind of a POC ready for this. So try to show it to us and like put it together, like try to like try to get users out of it, and go forward with that. And any kind of help, you can directly connect me on LinkedIn, I could say. And it's a great effort, but it's like very uh, start to this particular application, I would just like to say. So
Yeah, yeah,
all the
that's right.
best in your long run. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank
Thanks
you
for
very
that.
much. Thank you very much.
Thank you all the judges. Thank you, Team
I guess
Inversion.
the questions are over now. So we might move to the next team. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Team
Thank you very
Inversion.
much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
We'll call upon the next team, Team Gromor. The participants will join us soon. Till then, anyone would like to share their experience about the hackathon? Anything, like any gaming tournaments also. Thank you, Avinash. Innovator, that's a cool name. Along the hackathon, we also had many gaming tournaments, so you guys interacted with us a lot. So, yeah. Hello, Team Gromor.
Hi,
Yeah, hello. Could you please start by introducing yourself?
sure. Hello everyone, good day. I am Divyansh Srivastav, leader of Team Gromor, and I hope we'll present something great today.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I am Neeraj, and I am a second year mechanical student at VIT Vellore.
Hi, my name is Deepesh. I'm a first year electronics student, and yeah, that's all. Over to Karthik.
Hi everyone, my name is Karthik Krishnan. I'm a fresher CSE.
Okay, before you guys start, just a heads up. You have 4 minutes to make your pitch. So I would suggest that you move straight to the demo, and yeah, you can share your screen and start.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, is the screen visible? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good day everyone. I'm Divyansh Srivastav, the leader of Team Gromor, and I have a product for you which has the potential to disrupt the entire agricultural industry. And we call it iGrow. iGrow is a concept which works on the principle of growing anything anywhere. So how are we actually achieving this thing? So it all started when we came across a document, research by the FDA, US organization, which stated that it almost take 11 to 12 months for the food which we eat from the day it is harvested to reach your plate and actually consume it. That's a whole lot of time, and it is mainly invested in the logistics and the storage units, due to which majority of the nutritional value of the food is degraded, as well as the price of the things which we eat increases. So what is our solution? So we thought, what if rather than growing things where they are originally grown because they are bounded by their environmental factors, what if we bring and simulate those factors locally at anywhere? So we made our own database which has individual separate information for all the plants which can be grown, with factors like temperature, humidity, pH, sunlight exposure, rainfall, and many more other factors which actually affect the growth of the plant. We call it the crop recipe, and I'll talk more about that in the upcoming slide. So after some uh, brainstorming, we realized that this is not only useful for farmers or enthusiasts like us who are trying to grow food in our homes and stuff. It is also really useful for professional researchers. So people who are actually working on genetically modified crops, they have to work on grow crops and have logs and details about it. And using this technique, they can rapidly test and grow these GMO crops to get a
Team
good
more.
yield. And
Yeah, sorry to cut you, but like you don't have time. You have 2 minutes left. So if you could move to the demo,
okay,
that would
sure.
be good. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so our innovation is with the entire system which we have created, along with the growth detection system, which a custom algorithm which we have made, along with disease detection AI, which uses image recognition and a 2000 picture data set to find these issues. So I'll demonstrate the growth simulation technique. Yes. So here you can see the dates are going up and the plant is growing. And we are using a mask in order to get the green pixels, which has a direct relation of the growth to the growth of the plant. As the frame of the entire image is always constant, the number of pixels as the plant grows increases, and hence we get a graph on the amount of growth which we get from the produce, like this. So by this, we can actually easily monitor how the plant is growing. In case if there is any flaw or any abnormality which is detected during this process, we have a separate model which detects for diseases and other things, which has the system with which can detect issues like bacterial infection, mites, viruses, and other more infections. These are the images which we took today in the evening, uh, just going outside and clicking some random pictures of plants and testing whether they are healthy or not. Although we have a dedicated data set for that, and we have tested this model a lot, and we have the accuracy of 97% without overfitting. So that is a big achievement which we have. Other than that, we have made our own containment. So this is actually the iGrow and the idea. So it has a robotic arm as well as a
Great
2D,
cut
and
you.
this is
Yeah, your time is up. The 4 minutes are up.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Judges, if you could, if you have any questions, Pratyush, any questions?
Yeah. So I think it's great effort, like in terms of like what you are saying, that it's like it's really cool, like I would say. But like I'm not sure that uh how you will be doing it. It's like, for example, that the container that you guys were showing, and like, so how deep insight, like, and why you and why not the people who are there in from a long time in nutrition, agriculture, like that kind of. And also, like, to be frank enough, like, we are not someone who can actually question that. It's like like things that you'll be showing to us is also, it's like for example, the machine learning stats that you were showing, that I understand ki, okay, like, you how you could have done, or I'll ask the stack, maybe you what you have worked on. But the thing, so your product is mainly analyzing whether it has been defaulting you using your machine learning algorithm, or like you are making those like plants by yourself in your at any point of place. So what's your product, like what's
See,
your pitch?
actually what our logic is, we are actually taking the data set and we are actually mimicking the environment which is it is grown. Okay, so what is
Okay.
happening right now, this is mainly big focused. For example, we are actively talking to a government official who is actually working in the agricultural field. So he
Okay.
was really interested in the topic, and he told us that there's a large scope in the research factor in this thing. So
Mhm.
as I mentioned, for GMO crops, genetically modified crops, they have to rapidly test their crops and test the performance which they are getting, the amount of yield it is producing.
Okay.
Coming back, as the thing is, we have full control on all the parameters which we are showing right now. So if you research and get ki, in this temperature the food will grow much more faster, or in this concentration of pH, etc., etc., the thing will go faster. So we'll have a new data set which can actually like exceed the expectations which we will get from a regular produce or while normal farming. And those all things are up to us, so we can tinker around and actually make something which is more faster, more quicker, like and has a better quality.
Okay, so in terms of like, for example, like putting seeds in the farming and making it a very scalable growth of, say, any farming, you say sugarcane or anything, versus you are doing it at your home. Like, what is the comparison of price, or the, like the lab kind of a setup that you are creating? It will be of multifold, like X%. Any calculation
Exactly.
around that, right?
So,
So.
so the actual logic behind it is, currently all the companies, like the entire industry, is working in such a way that food is grown in some country, then it is stored over there in cold storages. After that, it is shipped from that location to the location where it has to be uh, where it has to be used. After that, it is stored again, and then it comes to the consumer.
Right,
So
right.
this long time period and the amount of energy, you would say, for example, and the emissions, like there are n number of factors which are actually applying over here. All the cold storage things require electricity. All those things are also contained, and they have gas mixtures and temperature control things. So
Right.
even those guys are doing the same, like they are technically preserving the plant, whereas we are giving you fresh plant with your own tweaks. Like you can technically make it as good as fresh without losing any time, without getting any emissions, and like you can directly locally send it to one place
Right.
to another.
So I understood your USP. I'm telling, like, you again repeated the complete idea. I understood those things and those fair points. I'm saying, what's the cost difference? Like, I think that, for example, you'll be a setup that you'll be doing at your home will also cost you something.
Okay, so technically we are not aiming for that. We'll be doing it for home. That is just for enthusiasts like us who would like to
Okay.
have something to experiment with. Mainly,
Okay.
as I said, it is for researchers. Other than that, if you're going for business model, what we have
Okay.
an idea that we can collaborate with a company. For
Mm-hmm.
example, in our case, Nescafe. So
Mm-hmm.
what they can do, they can, as our idea over here, it's based on vertical farming. So we can stack these units on top of the other, so we are not actually taking up the space. And what they can do, they can grow their own coffee beans, which will be similar quality of what you can get from Africa. So you're cutting down majority of the main, like middle person, all the transportation, everything, and growing it yourself. So we are directly communicating with the company and directly exporting the best quality beans to them. So
So
that
have
is
you
what
grown
we
a
have.
plant by yourself till now?
I feel, just to add
Yeah.
to Pratyush sir's point,
Yeah.
Divyansh, I feel the best setting, or you can say, in my opinion, if I've understood it correctly, the best case scenario for this would be, obviously it is not affordable for large scale farming as it is,
Hmm.
because you can't afford the enclosure and everything with the high enough yield for it to be practical. And I
Exactly.
feel the best place for this would be to have a facility like this in a a village, or where there is a lot of space, to test the product out. Let's say I have some seed and I want to test what exactly temperature and what all conditions it's requiring in that environment, and then have a proper monitored large scale greenhouse and simulate those conditions there. So this could be for the labs, where they actually test the outputs and yields in a remote environment. Because let's say I want to study dragon fruits, which I don't think grow in India.
Yeah.
It's like a Chinese and Asian fruit. So I test
Hmm.
that in India, and when I find out the correct parameters and what the growth gradient would be looking like, I do that, all those things in a larger scale at a greenhouse, where I don't need all these robotic contraptions, where it's just a greenhouse with the proper substrates, with the proper chemicals, whatever is needed. I feel that would be the best case fit for your product. And I
Okay.
would say that is already would be being done in the top agricultural institutes of different countries. But
Yeah.
the fact that you guys have been able to accomplish this on your own at such a at a hackathon in such a small duration, that is big ups to you guys. And I guess I agree with the user and
Right.
what his point was.
Like, and have you guys like grown any plant at your house till now, or like
Yes,
like you
Yeah,
tried growing?
actually,
We
Yeah,
actually
actually,
have a
we have, like, it is in the presentation as well. We have actually worked on it, and we have actually researched about, for example, saffron and stuff. So we have the entire data set. For example, in our website itself, we have a website, and it has all the details for that, all the plants which we can grow, all the parameters for that. So, for example, things like saffron, as Weber sir really said, it can be used for testing things out. For example, growing saffron in some location, testing the tweaking the settings, and according to that, scaling up the idea to a greenhouse or something where it can be grown again. So yeah, actually, yeah, coming back to your question, yes, we have grown stuff. Although
Okay,
we
so
did not have the parameters like the enclosure, the pressure enclosure and stuff, because we could not
obviously,
make
right,
it in the. So yeah.
right. So I think like it's a very interesting idea, I would say, and you tried also while implementing. So I would say it's a great effort. The only thing is like how you'll be taking it up forward from here with the people around, with the contacts around. I think that would be a great thing, and you should pitch it to a lot of like it's fine over here, but you should pitch it to some platforms where you can get some kind of people to make it a product or a
Yeah.
like coming to the market, go to market strategies kind of thing.
Yeah, actually, our
So
end goal is that only. We want to make a full-fledged prototype and like test this and iterate it again and again to like get that perfect. The thing is, the scope of this tech is so much, as we are actually
right,
simulating the entire like entire the environment. Our future plan is like having fishery done in, because we are using hydroponics in the system. So
yeah,
fishes can be grown like they can be raised and stuff, so we'll get white meat out of that. Other than that, for example, if we are growing any flowering plant, you can have things like beehives, so they can use the nectar out of that, and as a side product they can give you like honey or something. The the scope of this is really scalable, so that is why we are actually interested in working on this.
I would say that's great, and it's like like with the time and issues, like it's a lot of things that things could be talked on, and like stay connected. I would say like we can work a lot of things over there. So I just love this idea. I would say, I
Thank
don't
you.
know how far it has a very good potential to go very far in terms of agriculture, and which is right now required very much organic kind of farming, like,
Yeah,
so all the very best and stay connected, I would say. Take care.
thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
I
Any
guess
other
that's
question?
all the
Thanks a lot.
If
uh, I guess that
Yes.
would be all the time we have for questions.
Oh, sorry.
So
Okay, fine.
if you all don't mind, we might need to go to the next team to make the time.
Okay.
I'm really sorry. Uh, if you guys have any questions, judges, please, like, if you want to make it quick in the last half a minute or 45 seconds, go ahead. Otherwise, we'll wrap up.
Okay, so I just
Um,
want to add a comment that I'm a bit skeptical that you can actually control each and every factor for farming. I'll take a case example of fig, which is also known as anjeer in India. So some US company tried to grow anjeer in US and they tried for 2 years and that wasn't a successful effort. They came to India, they tried to simulate the environment, they took the soil from here, everything, and they just couldn't grow it. Finally, they found out that there was a particular insect who was actually responsible for ripening of that fruit.
Okay.
So it was not the climate or the soil, but it was the insect. So how deep can you actually go? So if you're talking about fruits and growing them in a closed environment, you also need to consider pollinations and honeybees and
Hmm.
butterflies. All of them are responsible. So can they actually survive in your pod? So given that, I am kind of skeptical, but yes, since we could not go in your out product in detail, I won't comment much on that. So yes, that's all. Whatever.
Yeah, I just want to quickly add. I agree with Vaibhav actually. I think you all need to think a lot more about the scope of what you're trying to achieve here. When you talk about crops, there is an uncountable number of crops all over the world,
Yeah.
right? So how are you going to account for all of those? And it was also not very clear to me. Are you planning to give this technology to those who are growing the crops, or are you planning to give this technology directly to individuals who are going to grow the crops? Like none of those actually seems practically feasible to me, which is what I wanted to get into, but we don't have the time. But
Yeah.
yes, very an idea with a lot of depth, but I think you really need to think through the scope a lot more. But
Yeah,
but all
sure.
the best to you. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, everyone. I guess we can move on to the next team. Riddhi, please take over.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, team Group. All the best. Next team joining us is Binary 404. Guys, how was your hack experience once again? like I was saying that we had many events in Technica as well. We conducted tech bites and a number of quiz, and we had Horizon our event in which we conducted number of workshops in which you learned a lot. We had web development, we had code asymptote, we had photonics, and we have much more many more workshops. And like we really enjoyed you people. And Shashant Johri, thank you so much. Team Bindy 434.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. Can
Thank you. Yeah. Hello, my name is Divyanshu Mohanty. I'm a fresher from BIT Vellore.
Yeah. Can you please switch on your camera?
Actually, my camera has an issue, so like it has a hardware driver issue.
Yeah, no problem. Just a heads up, you have 4 minutes for your pitch. So I would suggest if you can move to your demo after like a minute of pitch, and you can share your screen and start.
Okay. So this is our app. This is called Rakt Sandhi. This is the on-the-go blood bank in your pocket. So it is basically a website that is used. That is an advanced form of a blood bank, and which allows you to fetch donors around you within your location by using various technologies.
I'll go ahead with the problem statement. So what happens is the blood donation scenario in cities today is very good. Like people, the blood banks and the hospitals are well connected. So every time the people in the hospital need blood, they just like contact their nearby blood banks and the blood is arranged. But then, considering the topography and population of India, it's practically impossible to build a blood bank everywhere. Like if you go to highways, long highways, or cities or villages, then it's very difficult to get a blood bank there or even function a blood bank because considering the amount of infrastructure that they'll need to construct a blood bank, it will be very high, and even that much of request of blood requests won't be there. So in emergency accidental cases near highways, it's very difficult to arrange blood, and as only 1 or 2 hospitals are nearby, and if your blood group is rare and then the situation worsens up. So the next slide, the current customer scenario is like people try to arrange blood through family members or they contact nearby hospitals and blood banks in rural areas where like near highways or the rural areas there's hardly any blood bank nearby, and even if there are any blood banks, like the probability of having the blood there is low, and the efficiency of the hospitals and blood banks are like very low as they're in rural areas that don't have many people visiting their hospitals often. So that's the problem. And then we are planning to we have built a solution which is an interface for the donors and patients where we track the live donors. We have their location on track. So every time you mark a request for blood, like you need blood, all the potential donors near your location with the same blood group will be notified. And once the donors can either accept or they reject the request. So if they accept the request, then you will they will be in your contact, and the blood transfusion procedure will happen. I'll ask Divyanshu to go through the demo.
Yeah. So in my way, so this is the UI of our website. We have kept it simple so that in case of emergency, no one complex messes it up. So like if we put on register on donor, this will be redirected to this page, and on clicking register, we have a donor registration form. All the details that are required for a healthy donor are checked up here, and then if we submit, it gets loaded on our database, and then when a user comes, they will be asked to allow their location, and once we allow it, So we have the location, and on clicking request blood and searching blood. So if we enter our we enter our blood group according to the data we have on our database, we have currently integrated only pin code to be searched, because, and with the further development of this project, we will like to integrate Google Maps that could track the location of the user, and as well as the donor, and at how much distance is he available from him. So this is the list, and this is like the information of the donor. Like, this is just the phone number that we have integrated, and with time ago, and we will integrate Firebase Cloud messaging that would let the app to send messages directly to the donor by itself. So this is just we have just given the criteria to how to use the app. This is just some general info about the blood groups, and this is our social media handles. We also have a chatbot if anyone stuck in somewhere and they need help, so they can directly talk to a chatbot, and it would enable them to come back to use the site properly. So, like, coming back to the slides.
Yeah,
Would like Pratyush
you're
to take.
yeah. Sorry, but your time
Yeah,
is
yeah.
up.
So
Okay.
when compared to existing products, the product that is used by 500,000 users, that has a very bad UI. So we are improving the UI and making it simple, so that every time you are in a hurry, you will be like, you will do it first in our website.
Judges, any questions? Vaibhav, sir?
Okay, so I like on a very basic level, who is the customer for your platform? Who is the one who is actually paying for the business to sustain?
We haven't made a revenue model out of it. We are first generally like trying to do it on a non-for-profit initiative as under an NGO or under a big platform. Otherwise, revenue model would be like if you are in need of a rare blood group and you are you are willing to give a token, like you are willing to give a token of money to the donor, then we will charge 1% of that token amount, and then that way we'll have revenue in the whole system.
Okay, selling blood is illegal in India. Don't suggest that. And okay, I get your idea. And one more question. So, how do you measure the intensity of a case? Let's say there are two people who need blood. So, how do you know that? How can I say that? Okay, this is a urgent case and this can wait. I
Yeah,
could see.
actually, our backend teammate was not there. We plan to have an ETA, like the doctor will mention the time, like the doctor will suggest the attendant of the patient to give a time, like the doctor will give a time, like you need to get blood within 6 hours or 3 hours. So that time slot will enter, and then the Google Maps API will calculate the distance between the 2 points and divide it with the like a constant speed of like say 30 kilometers per hour, and we'll get an average time, and that time will be like with that time we'll calculate that from what radius the donors can come to donate.
Okay, so one more question. Let's say there's some person who is in need of blood, and I and maybe three other donors are willing to donate. How do we know that someone has already reached there?
I would like to answer this question. Okay, so basically, when someone puts up a request for blood, so there will be this thing that will be notification will be sent to all the nearby donors, and once someone accepts a donor the request, then the request will be terminated, and further the other donors will not be able to accept the request. So once someone accepts the request, so the request will be terminated there, and it will not be sent for, means the URL won't work anymore for any other user. So
Okay,
that is
so
basically, yeah.
In this solution, what possible issues can you see?
The possible issues that we see is the calculation of the ETA, because it has a very wide database that needs to be covered up, because launching this app and developing it through the time, we could face the problem of the growing number of users and to managing the databases at a wide scale. So that's what we see as a major problem in the future.
So that's all from my part. If other judges want to ask something, it's free.
Hi, this is Saraswathily from Learning Matters. Congratulations, team, for making it this far. So I have a basic question. I mean, you're dealing with blood and with blood donors. So there is it's an extremely there's a lot of confidentiality that you have to retain here, as well as a lot of health issues. So how do you plan to or rather let me put it this way, who takes care of testing the donor blood and ensuring that it's have you thought about all of those things? I mean, is the assumption here that you're going to be tied up to local hospitals in multiple places? How is that going to work?
No, ma'am. Every time the blood donation happens, before the blood donation, there is a basic checkup, like for 10 to 20 minutes. There is mandatory that the blood needs to be tested of the donor. Like the hospital, before doing a transfusion, they test the blood and they only believe at their own reports. And we have built the form so, like, we have built it so extensively, and the blood donor can also attach his blood reports of like last 1 year. If he had done any blood test, he can attach his reports as well. And we have built a comprehensive form which accepts all the, like, if any allergies, if any diseases they have, we are accepting it that way.
I understand that, Preetish. So, but who's verifying that? Who's checking that? Whether the
Okay,
reports
as
are
we,
all.
yeah, I get it. So as we go on with our project, we will be contacting multiple NGOs and multiple hospitals. So like it would be an open to all the NGOs. So like anytime a NGO or a blood bank needs a blood, so we will be organizing their blood camps as well, the blood donation camps, and their proper verification and care for means they properly verify the blood, and we keep the samples. So it is like when we go on with the project, so like blood banks can manage their own database from our side, or if we want, then as we go on, for we can go on with a team that take care of all the blood samples.
Okay.
Okay, so I can see multiple issues in this entire idea. First, adding to what Saraswati said about the blood thing. So let's say if the donor turns out to be alcoholic, or he's on medication, or someone who has even smoked in last 24 hours, by legal terms, they are not eligible to donate blood. So let's say there's a person who is in need of blood and they set up this notification and everyone is notified. I want to volunteer and I accept that notification. Other people are ensured that, okay, someone has taken care of. I go to that place. I could be late, first thing. Second, I could even ignore this entire thing. Third is, let's say I do not fit all the criteria. So what happens then? This is like a very, very ideal approach that, okay, someone who has accepted will be there on time and will be a ideal donor. So your entire system is not allowing for any errors to accommodate. Let's say if the person who reaches there, he or she is a minor and not even eligible to donate, what do we do then? Like, is there another notification which is going on again? And finally, like, how do I how much information do I have for the person who need blood? Do I know the name and place, every single detail, or do I just, if that's an anonymous person and I do not even know who I'm donating to, I could
Yeah,
find out those.
if we carefully go through the form that is being so actually first of all, one who needs to donate, the donor needs to be a registered user in our database. Then only the notification will be sent to him. And if we carefully go through the form, then the form is quite comprehensive, that matches to all, and the every data that is needed, like do you drink alcohol, or do you have any healthcare issues, any medication you take, everything is taken care by the form itself. And a single error in the form won't allow the user or the registering person to register on our database. So basically that's what we go on with. Like, we are making our system that much comprehensive and so much wide. We have collecting so much data about the user donor, that
Yeah, sorry to cut you.
we could take care of all the things that are needed by a healthy donor.
Sorry to cut you, but the question answer time is over. Judges, if there's anything more you like to add?
Just one quick point. I think Divyansh, this team. It's great that you have a very detailed form, but do understand that the person filling out the form, the person who wishes to donate, there are many things that can go wrong here, right? I mean, I could give misleading information. I myself could not know. I don't know any better, and therefore I'm giving you wrong information. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong. I could give you false information about my health status. So I think a very, very strong tie-up is needed with the local
Yes, ma'am.
the
Ma'am, I
big
thought of
network of
something that,
medical. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
know
thought
time
of
is
an
up. So
insurance.
yeah,
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 sure,
yeah,
ma'am.
yeah, yeah. But just keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, guys.
All the best. The last team joining us is Team Lithium. Will join us soon. As I mentioned earlier, just a brief about Technica. Technica is a 48-hour long hackathon where we have 4 tracks: open innovation, fintech, education, and healthcare. And we have 2 special categories as well: the best girl gang and the best first time hacker. So we briefed all the participants about these prizes, and they were very enthusiastic to apply. We had a large number of registrations, and after filtering out the participants with 2 review rounds, we came up with top 15 teams, and we are really proud that all the top 15 teams are doing great and making their pitches. Yeah, Team Lithium is here. You can start by introducing yourself.
Yeah, we are Team Lithium, and we have 3 members among us. My name is Kartik Khanna, and second member is Shrishti Lodha, and third member is Harsh Malani. And our project is Elude, Learn and Contribute.
Yeah, so your team members will be joining soon.
Yeah, it's me, Srishti, Kartik, and Harsh is joining.
Yeah. Just a heads up, you have 4 minutes for the pitch, and you'll be judged on business model, innovation, tech stack, and the UI. So make it count, and I would suggest if you could move to the demo first because you only have 4 minutes.
All right.
So we're to show the entire implementation as well as the PPT in 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's up to
Yeah.
you. If you can, then you can go forward. I would suggest if you can go with the implementation first because you'll be judged on that. All the best.
It was also said that like business model and all is very important. So what should you give more weightage? Because like 4 minutes is so less.
Yeah, but it's not fair now because they have given 4 minutes to all the participants.
No,
So yeah,
that's
you
not
can
what I'm saying. So according to you, what should I give more weightage to? Completing the demo or the
the demo.
other stuff like this?
Yeah, the demo, the implementation.
All right.
You can share your screen.
Okay, please let me know when it's possible.
Yeah.
Just to go with the presentation, I guess first explain the
Yeah.
idea.
I'll do
a brief abstract.
Very brief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I start?
Yeah.
Like, let me know when I can start.
Yeah, you can start. Go ahead.
Okay. Welcome to Elude, Learn and Contribute, which is a platform where we help students grow, develop projects, and contribute at the very same time. Helping maximum number of users and society and conserving the nature is what we aspire, and that we are going to do through this platform, where our problem statement is aiming especially in the online pandemic situation, where students might not be very good with team collaboration and donating to social causes and donation contributions and other social causes is becoming more and more niche. So basically, the various features that we are implementing in our platform, we'll show it to you during the UI part. We have used a very basic tech stack for the front end, ML, and back end part. The business value of our project Newt is very high because, as you can see, a lot of students, thousands of students are graduating every year, but not all of them have experience in tech and development, and that in this competitive world, which is very important, right? So because of that, we are focusing on team collaboration, which is not just going to help them with increasing their management skills, tech skills, coding skills, team collaboration skills, but also get them familiarized with GitHub, which is a lot of times undermined by students. And GitHub is very important, as we all know. Other than that, we have a high social impact because we are also doing social contributions. Now, again and again, I'm talking about social contributions. Now, what exactly contribution I'm talking about? That I'll come to the implementation part. But for contribution, I will need sponsors. And why will someone sponsor you? Because it's a win-win situation from all. Because when a person spends credits to buy, to plant a tree or to make any contribution, they will not just be contributing to the social cause, but also be getting a personal benefit out of it. That will be a small gift card or low value coupon code of a particular company that is sponsoring us. From the company's perspective, you are just exchanging a very low coupon code and reaching such a large audience. That is promotion, especially in the young generation. And from the user's perspective, you are getting personal benefit, you are improving your coding and so many skills, and also you're contributing to the social causes. So why not? So let us move on to the, as you can see my landing page of Halute, there are many parts over here, the features, the benefits section, the explore section. Explore is basically for beginners. They can go there, they can check how to get started, various domains and everything, and other things about GitHub and all is there. And this is the about section where we introduce the admins, the sponsor, and all of them. And finally, we have, when we scroll down, we have the go to your account section. So over here, you can sign up, but right now, due to time constraint, I've already created an account. So I log in with an account I've already created. And this will lead me to the basic project dashboard. As you can see, here is a chatbot that is going to ask any user FAQ questions that the user might have related to our platform. And I'll just put in one question for now. And on the dashboard, you can see that these are projects created by other people or other users. So these we have created before only. So you can see that all the details regarding the project title, description, and who created and how many members are needed, what skills are needed, everything appears over here, right? You can see that I asked the bot what are credits and it gave me the answer. So this is how a chatbot works. So a person can come over here, create project, create a new project. I'll just put in lawyer Epsom for now and choose all the details and publish. So I just created a project name grading and put in lawyer Epsom, and you can see that that card appeared over here. Now I also logged in simultaneously to another account to show you how this is working. So from the other user's dashboard, when I refresh, I can see grading over here. I can go to this, I can check in the project details, and I can apply to this project. Going back to my account over here, when I go to the section of profile, I can see my profile. I can edit the project that I just created. I can see the project request of who applied to my project and either confirm or reject them from the team. So if I confirm Kartik Khanna's request that just came to me.
Just a heads up, sorry, last 30 seconds left.
Yeah, cool. So I can accept him or reject him from the team. And similarly, your application will be the path where I have applied to a team. So I applied to one project and I was accepted, where I can leave or apply for credits. Now, if I apply for credits over here, I will be sending the GitHub link and the detail of my project. And when I go to the admin portal, on the admin portal, admin dashboard, I can see that Kartik Khanna just requested. So over here, I can see their profile by clicking over there, or I can view status where he just requested for credits based on the project. After going to the GitHub link, I can allot the credits, which will be updated over there. So if I come back to this profile and I go to the dashboard, I can see that I will be awarded credits. So it was 100 before, now it has become 120. Finally, I can go to the spend credits part and I can spend the credits that I just got for so many purposes. I have so many options over here, which are donate to old age home, women empowerment, health farmer, nature conservancy, and also these things that you can see. These are the customized company promotion part. So when I click on spend credit and I confirm the purchase, my purchase will be confirmed. As you can see, your purchase will
Sorry,
be
I'm so sorry. Yeah, the time is
it's
over.
complete. Yeah, it's complete. So my confirm will purchase will be made and all the updates will be made. And in the history, I can track my purchase.
Thank you for the pitch. The judges will join the stage. Any questions, judges? The stage is all yours.
Hi, this is Saraswati. I just have a basic question. So, is the intention of Alute or the problem you're solving is providing a platform for students, graduating students, to find projects that they can work on and earn credit? So, it's a platform that brings together those who want experiences and those who are looking for students to work on such projects or interns or things like that. Is that the idea? Can someone just quickly?
Both of it actually. Yeah, both of it actually, because as you can see, the user can obviously create a project and he can collaborate on project as well as form teams. So that is the education perspective that we are talking about. And earning credits and earning elitos is like a healthy competition that we are like indulging. Like even on Hacker and you can see badges and on GitHub you have stars, right? So our ultimate goal is like when Alute is out there in the real world and everyone is using Alute, it can be directly used for recruitment purposes. Because the stronger the person's profile is, the more the credits he has, the more the credits he spent. It will show how strong his profile is. He more credits means more projects he's worked upon, and the entire history will be there about the project that he's worked upon. So it can be directly used for recruitment purposes. And at the same time, there is contribution to social causes because they can plant a tree, they can donate to so many areas. So that will also help contribute to social causes. And for the contribution part, we as admins are going to have tie up with the collaborators or the NGOs. So with the collaboration that we have with them, the request that has been forwarded by the user to contribute or to plant a tree, they will be forwarded to the NGO or to the organization that will take the task, and accordingly we'll update the user.
Okay, all right.
Vaibhav sir, any questions? Pratyush sir, any
Uh,
questions?
yeah. I have some questions. So what is a I would say like it's a good the ideas and like the how much that you're passionate about doing this particular thing. I can just appreciate that for sure because it's much right now required in the industry to get those skills right now, and like there's a lot of scope, I would say, in the market and all those things that's there. Like we are doing it, I think the similar kind of things from last 4 years. So I want to know more, like what is your insight into the product that you'll be focusing, that you will be making, so that like like people can. So right now what you have presented, it's a hackathon based kind of thing. Like what is a kind of a feature that you think that would be very enlightened for those developer group and the community, so that they will be very passionate to come over here and learn those things?
Okay, so this can lead me to the part where I can explain about the win-win situation I was talking about. So let's say Alute is
Okay.
out there in the world. We have collaborators, we have all the sponsors and all of them. So from the user's
Okay.
perspective, what they are getting over here is like in the future prospect, we plan that we'll include something known as a pro account or a premium account. So in those
Okay.
cases, what is happening is they will get additional features such as when they come to team collaboration section, the suggestions that they will get on top will be those members who are very active on Alute or who develop projects very frequently. Okay. And also like on Alute, as you can see, when it comes to team collaboration, we are tracking the entire history using GitHub account. So when we are allotting credits as admins, we will see all the contributions that they made over the period of time. So they are also like forced to basically use GitHub, and it is very important in dev's life. So that is
Right.
one thing. And also the personal benefit that they're getting out of it is it's totally free of cost for now. So when they come here, they sign up, they complete a project. By just completing a project, they're getting these credits, which is used for personal benefits as well. Let's say Myntra signed up as a sponsor, they will get rupees 50 Myntra coupon code for no value, right? Like in return for working, in return for coding and developing their own skills, they're getting rupees 50 Myntra coupon code. And at the same time, the satisfaction of the planting a tree part, that they planted a tree, which is helping the environment. So it's like two shots with one arrow without with also
So
improving
how
your
this
own skills and
planting of
not.
tea will work? How this planting of, like, who will be planting the trees and like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So for that part, admin is like the bridge between the user and the NGO that we're talking about.
NGO.
So
Okay. Okay.
so the
And
organization and NGO.
and why those, like, so for example, if you are be collaborating with NGOs, what you are giving them, the money or the credits kind of thing? What exactly?
Depends. We are giving credits is a currency for our platform that won't be of use to
Right.
them. We are giving
Right.
them real money. So when let's
Okay.
say they chose donation to an NGO or an orphanage, we are giving them real money, and the money that we are getting can be from sponsors or from the pro accounts or premium accounts that we have.
Okay. 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 Okay, so it's like something like, so in Make My Trip, it's like 1 rupee going to the NGO, something, some that kind of sense, or
Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
right,
That was the
right,
basis of our idea, right?
okay, 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 okay,
Our
okay.
idea was that classmate notebook thing that you buy a classmate notebook, 1 rupee will go to
Right, right, right,
poor
right,
child.
right, right,
Yeah,
right,
it's
right, right.
inspired from that.
Okay, okay, perfect. So I would say like you have great initiatives. The only thing is like like connecting those people, and then like when you might get a lot of people who are very good in GitHubs and all those things, but the point is their contribution coming, like getting their times, getting their mentorship to the people, and like they are actually making those platforms. Like this thing I find interesting, that you are saying that it's like it would be reward based. In India, I have seen that if you get a 50 rupees or a 60 rupees kind of a coupon, like I don't know, like people might be just because of that
Yeah.
people start voting. So it's something good idea, I would say, in terms of that. But like your initiative, your thoughts are very good, I would say. The thing that I have seen in your stack is like you can work a lot on it. I understand it's like 48 hours, but it's like a great initiative and great efforts, I would like. And stay connected, like we are also in the same sector, and you need any kind of guidance, like we are always there to help you out. So all the very best.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
Thank
you.
you. Thank you all the judges.
I just
Thank you.
want to add that yes, this was
Yeah.
very well-defined solution to the problem which you presented. So, what, according to you, is the biggest challenge for your solution? Like, where do you think that you a competitor can take over you, or whatever? What is the challenge which you have identified?
I think the biggest challenge over here would be the initial stages of actually pitching this product to people. Because like I'm pitching it to you, you got the idea because you all are also great developers. But when it comes to a layman who is just a beginner and who does not have much idea, they might still not get the importance or the progress that or the benefits that we are providing through this platform. So the initial pitching will take time, but once it's on a level where many users are there, it will automatically be spread among the youngsters. So then it won't be that much of an issue. And I believe that getting sponsors or tying up with NGOs won't be that big of a deal compared to when it comes to pitching this to initially students or people who are studying engineering.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
all the questions, and thank you, Team Lithium. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
judges.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
With this, we have come to an end to the reviews of the first 7 teams. Congratulations to all the teams. We were truly amazed by your pitches. On behalf of ISTE team, I would like to express my gratitude towards our judges, Ms. Saraswathily Ramamoorthy, Mr. Pratyush Agarwal, and Mr. Vaibhav Gupta for gracing the hackathon. This event would not have been possible without these amazing visionaries on board with us. Thank you for all your time and dedication you put into Technica. Thank you again for your part in making this event a grand success. We will continue with the pitches of the rest of the team at 7 p.m. So do join us again and find out who is the winner of Technica 21. Thank you all for joining in.
Slide correction is 7:30, not 7.
Yeah, sorry.
So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
I guess we'll end the stream now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
joining.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
judges.
Thank you.